Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is August 24th, 2025, and this is my weekly trade review. We're reviewing an SPX iron Condor trade. That's a 10 watt, point 0.2 delta, 0-day options. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's try this again. I don't know if I got a good recording the last time, so I'm going ahead and starting the second one right away. I noticed I had a couple bad ones on Friday. I just noticed that. I said I was going to redo it. I think I lost track of what I was doing because I had other things I wanted to get done, and I didn't get back to it. So that's that. That's life. That's just how things go. Back to this universe. So, all right, the VIX. The VIX was just kind of like gave us a quick little pop on Wednesday and Thursday, then a crazy drop on Friday. For this iron condor trade, it was kind of funny because again, these Friday type days can burn you. These other days usually are okay when the VIX pop because it pops and it drops right back down. But when it drops like this is what gives you the mother of all losses if you're not in and out of these trades and all. So that's what you have to be careful about and all. And it really, based on the rules, it was again starting off around high 16 like that. I took that trade. So we'll go down. Let's go ahead and go and take a quick look at these trades right quick. Monday. I was able to place that iron condor at 64.25, 64.15 on the put side, 64.70, 64.80 on the call side, around a point 0.2 delta. Received a $2.20 credit. Closed it for $1.75. Was in that trade a little bit later than I normally get into these trades, around 9:52. I was out of that trade at 10:04. Again, crazy fills in paper account. You and I get these kind of fills, so kind of ignore that. But as you can see, it stayed within these purple lines are the lines that I sold. They stayed within the purple lines, so you would have been able to get out of that trade at some time. No trade recommendation, just showing that the trade would have worked. It just wouldn't have worked that fast. What we're seeing right here, right now. All right, Tuesday. I was able to place that iron condor trade at 64.55, 64.65 on the call side, 64.10, 6400 on the put side, around a point 0.2 delta. Received a $2.50 credit. Closed this for $2.75. That means I took a 25-cent loss. I ended up giving the $2.50 back plus an additional 25 cents. I was in that trade at 9:36 and out of that trade at 9:57. What I was seeing was this market was beginning to start going up like this, and I thought it was going to pop through here and keep running. Didn't know if it was going to do this or what. So I like taking those small losses and do something different in order to make up for those small losses. Especially if it's only 25 cents. That's not a big deal. All right, Wednesday. Again, after that, I ended up trying to trade a little bit later in the day. I ended up placing that iron condor at 63.85, 63.95 on the call side, 63.20, 63.10 on the put side, around a point 0.2 delta. Received a $2.70 credit. Was able to close that trade at $2.30. Not that big of a, not my 50 cents that I like to make, but I closed it a little early. The thing is, it closed a little early, and I don't know if I had it set right or what happened there, The thing was, I put this red line here to show where I actually closed the trade at. So again, I don't know if I didn't have things set right or what happened here where I closed like it closed. But I was in that trade at 10:32 and I was out of that trade at 10:35. So again, this is something that these crazy little numbers and stuff that you're seeing here, this is something that's going crazy that happen in the paper account. But the thing is, I want to see what type of credit I'm getting at that time. Would I've been able to make this trade work for me, or not? It may have, but I definitely would have had to hold it until maybe after it came up here, then came back down here. It might have been at a point where I could have gotten out of this trade. Don't know. Maybe I had to wait. I definitely usually don't wait until this late in the day, but if I waited to the end of the day, it would have been a mother of all losses of trades. So again, that's one of those things. Again, you're still going to end up where you might have been lucky enough to take a small profit on this trade without taking the mother of all losses at this point, or maybe at around this point. This right here still would have been crazy high on you and all. But let's go ahead and go down to Thursday. Thursday, I was able to place that on Condor at 6,400, 6,410 on the call side, 6,435, 63.35, 63.25 on the put side, around a .2 delta. Received the $3.10 credit. Closed it for $2.80. Only made 30 cents on that trade. And this was another one of those crazy days. I remember it was in that trade at 932. Out of that trade at 956. 956 was probably right here on this, right here, and somewhere in this area here. I saw this market was beginning to run up. And again, the market was looking crazy all day Thursday to me already. And I was wondering what was going to happen. And so I ended up just taking a smaller profit. Again, I was also doing additional things and all, so again, I'm getting where I'm taking smaller profit and using other trades to make the money that I want to make in this account to see if I can do the other little thing, get to that 1M also. Friday. Let's go ahead and go down to Friday. Friday was the crazy day, and actually ended up with not the mother of all losses. That was the big surprising thing. I ended up ended up trading this thing at 932. I placed that on Condor at 64.40, 64.50 on the call side, 63.30, 63.20 on the put side, around a .2 delta. Received a $3.70 credit like the old days when I first started doing this. Was able to close it for $3 even. Was in that trade at 9.32. Out of that trade at 9.35. We know this doesn't happen, but again, it's back in the day. You would get some of these crazy fills, and I was seeing I saw a couple of these crazy fills in the live account with one contract, and all. So again, in certain accounts, so it's when the market does these little trends. This is kind of crazy though. The way this is not going to happen in your live account. Don't expect this to happen in your live account. It's going to be other things. It's going to be better trades to do, especially when the VIX was kind of high, but then it ended up dropping. You would have had to been I don't know if you would have been able to get out of that trade, when it did this pop and things got crazy against you. And what you've been able to flip around and make the money back. That's the whole thing when the market starts doing crazy stuff like that. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at the account. We'll look at, let me bring that up. Well, this is probably Friday. Yeah, this is Friday. It seems like I said on Friday, I just started scalping dollar, $2. I think it's all mainly dollar is what I usually do. And so things kind of worked out, I was in, like I said, 370, that 370 and $3, it's just option prices go crazy. The scary thing is with some certain types of strategies you do get filled with these crazy fills, But on this particular strategy, since it's a complex, I think they call it a complex trade, and somebody told me they go into a special bucket to be filled and worked, and that's why, since they're in that area, I think that's why it's less likely for these type of trades to actually fill when you start seeing that crazy stuff in the market, But that's pretty much it. As you can see, I'm moving back up. I'm above 700K again, Now I'm going to make it to the 1M. That's all I really want to say about that. And that's pretty much all I want to share. I'm just going to show this one day. But as you can see, if you look from last week to this week, the count is back on the way to the upside. And we will get there. I will get there before the end of the year. And that's pretty much it. That's all I really want to share. It seemed like I got a good video. I didn't have any drop. I didn't see any drops. Got to just see how the recording came out. You guys have a great one. Have a great week. I hope you had a great week. Have a great week coming up. Make that money. And I'll speak to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.